All right. Guys, let me know if I'm live. Let me know if you got me. Let's go ahead and share this out here real quick. When you're on, let me know you're on.
We're all chasing after something.
What's up, fellas? Jen, what's going on? Roger, my man. I was just hanging out with your boy Joel. Awesome. Let me share this real quick. If you got a moment, give me a share. I just want to throw this thing in arm wrestling discussion quick so we can recap the match. Let's see. All right. From Siberia. What's going on, brother? Hold on. Let's throw this out here real quick. All right. All right. So I just wanted to take a moment. Was it Joe ain't my boy? I was going to kill him. There is no way you and Joel, Roger Canningham, there is absolutely no way you and Joel are not like thick as thieves. I don't believe that for 1 second. Oh, man. I said Siberia. No, Dave Patton was not there, but his brother was there. Dave Patton was not there. I would have loved to meet Dave. I mean, listen, getting to meet John. Well, hang out with John. I met John before, but getting to hang out with him and see him pull in what could be his last match ever is mega. So I'm just happy I was able to attend and listen. That event was really freaking good. That's why I figured the fix. I guess the fix is not going to happen um, this week. So I figured I'd go live myself because I'm just starting to figure this stuff out. Um, but I figured I'd kind of recap everything and allow for like a Q&A from that, perspective of being there. Um, so I think we're going to pick the fix back up next week. I think Neil had some stuff going on. He was doing Giants Live last week, and I think he's still kind of hung up. I don't know how the COVID situation is over there. I know it's not good. So I think all those things are kind of interrelated. Um, so yeah, just to recap the event, there was a ton of pullers. I don't know what the final count was. Um, it I know we had over 55 amateurs, like pullers, not arms, pullers. So it was huge. We were worried. We were worried big time about being able to get through it. But we did run 3 tables, which allowed us, I think, we did a live stream off of this channel for everything except for the super match. We were asked to allow the super match only be on Chance's channel. I did get the super match. I'm going to edit it and post it in probably better quality than the iPhone and everything. That'll probably take me a moment because my editing skills are trash. But yeah, we'll get into who I staked here shortly. We will get into who I staked. Yeah, Jen, it was priceless. It really was. So the event was cool. It was outside. There was like a pavilion, not a pavilion. It was like a little small stage theater type setting. And everything was outside. And what was good about it is there was just enough space for the amount of people that were there, which were definitely several hundred. No, Ben, I don't got 2 channels. What's my second channel? Hold on. Oh no, that was an accident, bro. That was an accident. If I did that, I messed it up. I think I apologize. I apologize. I set one up and I scheduled it, and then I wound up doing this one. Chance is a decent puller, but way overhype. I'd like to see him and Corey prove themselves in WAF or Zlotty. A lot of people are going to say that. I actually think that Chance's showing was good. The fact that he was able to get a pin on John is more than a lot of people thought he would. More than a lot of people thought he was going to do. So, I mean, I thought Chance showed up in his best form, and I think John is just the GOAT, and that's really how it pairs down. Hearing Travis say we don't know how much longer John would do this almost made me tear up. Yeah. I think I don't know if John's going to continue. I talked to John afterwards. He's this was a gauge. This was a barometer for him in like top 8 and the 95 kilo class. And it was weird. Like he won and the match was super hype. That was probably, first off, that was absolutely the best energy I've ever been a part of in arm wrestling since I've been around for my 5 years. So WAL, all that other stuff, like for what I've personally experienced, that was the best energy that I've dealt with yet. So it lived up. It way exceeded my expectations, especially how we got through the tournament and how things worked. It was mega. Chance was way outclassed. He was better stick to the Ryan Bowen schoolboy. Ben, no, bro. I mean, he wasn't outclassed, really. He won the first match. He was outclassed in a sense of John was the better puller. He was wet. Like everything that was going on in the setup and everything John was doing was just advanced. Like this guy knows what he's doing. He's calm in the moment. You could feel the energy shift where John was comfortable and Chance wasn't. I think it was, great energy. I'm glad Travis didn't like Cameron. Nice coach. Great call. No, we did. We definitely did. Do you know how John feels physically after that match? Him older. He pulled a ton after the match. He's fine. Like, I mean, other than his actual structural ailments, which are his shoulder and everything. He pulled. He was there late pulling and talking very freely about what he was doing. But what I was kind of getting to is that I think John kind of expressed like a lack of focus towards the top 8, just kind of what was billed towards him and what's going to happen now after COVID and everything else. I don't know. He kind of said like, he was looking at it as like a really awesome vacation and something to kind of keep him, to refocus him a little bit. But it seems like he's definitely in the fence. I think he may have told Chance that he's not pulling after this. I don't know when he told him that. So I don't know if that's in relation to me asking him that. But it seems like he's still pseudo interested, but I don't know for sure. Derek Smith said John Brzenk will have top 5 hand and wrist North America until he dies. Hard to disagree. Now, I agree with that, Rich. I agree with that. And he doesn't really have to train it. He does a couple wrist curls, according to him, and it gets back to normal. Oh, man. He caught those hits on go and pulled straight through him. He didn't pull straight through him. I think early on, so the most pivotal match was the third match. John was redlined at the pin line. And there was a lot of points there where the second match, Chance not fighting, I thought was a good move. The third match, when Chance did not have the buckle, was definitely the deciding factor. When John was able to side pressure through Chance, even kind of without his hand, with his wrist back a little bit, that was it. After that, there were no other options for Chance. He at that point, you just lost when you have the good side of the strap, and like you did everything you could do and you let it all out there. But I do, and I think if you ask John, I know if you ask John, he was definitely redline. And you know what? The energy after the match was almost like, it was weird. It was like both guys lost in a way. Like John was hype and everything, but like he had this feeling of like, I didn't show myself enough to be super confident. But John's always modest, so it's hard to really say. Chance still has plenty of time to get better. Chance is 23, guys. Chance has his entire life to get better. He caught those. Okay. Travis wanted nothing of Paul Talbot. Yeah, absolutely. Travis didn't want anything anybody that day. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I couldn't see the foul the first round. I didn't see it either. I was focused like on the hands. Paul, you pinned 17 guys, and Travis says 12. Yeah. It doesn't matter. At that point, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I wasn't supposed to pull, but I figured we might as well take a crack at the money. So long as John does these random pulls in North America, I'm content. Yeah, I'm with you, Riley. Don't need him hurting himself in top 8. You know what though, and I don't know if he's going to do those random things because I think that I think this match was really a gauge for him. I think it was a barometer as to does he want to get back into the sport like completely and commit himself to top 8 or something bigger. And like his energy afterwards, like he was awesome. He's even keel, like he always is. But I didn't feel that sense of like he's real hungry to get back after it. But you never know. I felt like he might have felt disappointed in himself without being able to control that match easier. And that's where I think like it was definitely a close match. I think really what it came down to was John's versatility, his ability to be comfortable pulling with his wrist back a little bit or in that dumped wrist position. He was just a more versatile arm wrestler. And I think, Chance Shaw, the sky's the limit for this guy, and I don't think he should hang his head at all. Okay. We want to see you complete in Zloty. You have a good potential. Igor mentioned he may create a top 8 for 105. You'll be perfect for that. 105, guys, I'm not that big. I'm not that big. If I was going to do it, it would be 95, ideally. 95 or 90, I would like 95 better because that would allow me to be my walk around 220 and only cut a little bit of weight. 105 I don't want to get that big. My frame is not, it's just, I don't want to hold that weight for health reasons and stuff. All right, yeah. The victory will give John a lot of motivation for top 8. I don't know if it did. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh, glad to stream the event, Romeo's. I'm glad to do it. My buddy John Anthony really helped with that. If I didn't have him there, wouldn't have been able to do it. Would have had the super match live stream, but we figured Chance deserves that on his channel. How would you see Ryan Bowe and Chance Shaw rematch going? I think it's Razor Edge. I think it's Razor Edge. I think Ryan is a very, very savvy puller. He's also gotten bigger, but Chance is big. So like, don't get me wrong. I still like Chance's wins on a lot of these guys here are huge. Like, let's not forget that he beat Ron Bath. Let's not forget that he beat Mike Aiello. Let's not forget that he beat, Jordan Sill and all the guys he's beaten. He just went against the GOAT. So like, I do think the 300-pound Chance Shaw has a very good chance against Ryan Bowen. I do think he needs to probably shore up a few options, creates a few options for a little bit more versatility. If something happens or part of his hand blows up or if he can't get the strap set up he wants, he needs to create a few more options. But he's got the rest of his life to do that. The guy's he's a pup. He's a baby. He's just coming into his own. He's just figuring he's just figuring his own body out and where his potential is. I thought it was a good match. If Chance had 5-10% more, it would have been really hard for John to pull it off. Yeah, I don't even think you need 5-10%. I think 5%, and I think it could have gone the other way and looked weird. I think a lot of times we take for granted the fact that it's really not that much of a percent difference when it comes to pinning a guy and not. It could be 1% when you're going to finish and you just can't. Or when you're stuck in the middle of the table, it could be 1 or 2% that makes that look like a flash. So that last round, I thought Chance was going to hurt himself. He started getting into a break arm position. Well, you know what? I like to see Chance do that. Chance has been pulling long enough. I don't think he's going to break his arm. I love the fact that he gutted that match out, though. And he didn't quit on the last one because that's a tricky situation. You got the buckle, you're gashed, your hand's blown up, everything's blown up. You feel like you expended all your options. He gutted it out. So you got to kind of give him a little bit of credit for that. Sounded like to me that John only said yes to Igor because he offered him so much money he couldn't say no. I think the way John explained it, I don't know if it was money that he was offered, but he offered him this idea, I think, of like what was going to be more like a vacation and a good time. And I think John is kind of into that stuff. The way I'm reading him, what he was offered like pre-COVID, I think is not what is kind of on the table now. Just because of the way top 8 structured and how it was going to. So he mentioned that as something that he wasn't super excited about. But once again, he didn't close the door on it, Oh, yeah, first time live. I've only done a couple. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still sorting this stuff out. I think he wanted to stop the hype train. People were saying Chance is the next John. Yeah, no, I think you're right too. And I think he was very, very hype when he did it. Like after, I mean, I think like this that third match, he was super hype, man. The energy was so good, man. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. Regardless of who you were betting on or who you're trying to root for, the energy was amazing. Paul, the guy in Delaware you told me to get a hold of, besides Ben Morano and Joe Schaefer. Joe Schaefer, Ben Morano in Delaware. Ben, I think Chance should pursue Jerry Cataract match still. Yeah, I mean, he right now he's got Arm Wars. I don't think that he's going to look past that at this point. I think he's going to focus in on Arm Wars, but I don't know what he's going to do for sure. I talked to him a little bit. He didn't. I think he's a one step at a time guy. I don't know if he should at this point, but I don't think he should turn his back on it either. I think he should continue training, take that next step, and see what the horizons hold. Without you, we wouldn't even be able to watch the event. Everyone else's connection was extremely bad. Yeah, Verizon saves the day. Glad to, guys. Who won the classes? All right, there was 8 classes. I'm not going to tell you who won them all because I don't know. 54, I think Adam Wilmot won both. Then there was like a 65 class, and I think Jerry Sterner won both. There was a 76 class. I think Zach Lee won both. And the 87 class, Talbot won both. The 98 class, I think I know Miguel won left arm. Miguel Fernandez won left arm. And I'm not sure who won right. I think Dustin Jelliff won right. Could be wrong. And then 220s, Andre Shark from Florida won both 220s. I jumped in the 242s last second because they needed people in the class. I weighed 216, but I figured screw it. So I jumped in that. I won both of those. And then Supers was won by Brad Grundy, who is a beast. All right. What was Bart smoking on that elbow foul? Listen. Refereeing sucks, period. Okay. Brandon Moody said, okay. Justin. Outlaw arm wrestling, Justin Bishop. Oh. Justin, is that you or is that Josh? Oh, that's Josh? Justin or Josh? Who is it? Justin, I think you are 2-0 again, or you're 2-1. You are 2-1. I remember that match. I don't know who's up for me. There's a couple offers out there, but we got to see. Okay. Chance need more moves, maybe work on the inside. I gotta agree. You always want to be as diverse as possible. John can pull everywhere. Do you think John is hungry for victory? I don't know. He definitely didn't want to lose though. And he was pulling out all the stops. I think like later on, he controlled the energy and momentum for sure. All right. You think you have a chance against Irakli? I do not know. Probably not. But I would love to do it. All right. Everybody has a chance. Wonder why Reza is saying he did. What is Reza saying about the reffing? Josh or Justin? Or Justin? I guess it is Justin. I don't know what Reza said. So any plans in the near future to come to Cali? I would love to come to Cali. All right. Axe tournament next weekend is my event. Mega Mike, what's going on, brother? You're a beast. You are a beast. I don't know. Have no idea. All right. Let me catch up on these comments. Are you Irish or British? I have no idea. I'm American, and my grandma never told me what we were, so I got no clue. I don't know. I should probably do one of those DNA things. Could you have beaten the super in the overall at the tournament? Yeah, I did. We pulled the ROTN. We pulled the ROTN, and I beat the super both right and left the first time we pulled. Paul Talbot won the ROTN overall. You had to get 14 wins within a time frame, blah, blah, blah. We did work together on those, both right and left arm. So both Paul and I were in the money. The idea was to get in the money and make sure we had enough gas to finish quick. So I won right, he won left. Nobody there was beating Paul left for sure. Not that day. All right. Didn't seem like anyone had anything for Talbot's left. Nah, no one did have anything for his left. I think, he's tricky. He's very, very tricky in the setup. He's healthy right now. And he's light, man. Justin, he's walking around. He weighed in at the tournament fully clothed at 186. He said he was 81 in the morning, and he's lean, but he's healthy. We've still been practicing here and again every week or two. All right. Pretty much that John was cheating really hard. I do think John was working hard in the setup, Justin. I do think he was working really hard in the setup, and I think he had to. I think he knew he needed to. And I think he did an amazing job of taking Chance out of his own head, or like getting him into his head, whatever you want to say, but he controlled that energy at the table. Like when Chance needed to turn up, John just started like calmly talking to him about the setup. And I know that would be tricky to be hype. How do I get to train? How do I get you to train with me? You just come to PA. Just come to PA. Let me know when you want to come train. Irish and British like me. That's possible, Jamie. That is very possible. I don't know. I feel like there might be some German in there. Who knows, though? I need a DNA test. What's going on, Jamie Sheldon? You are the man. Travis as a commentator was very good. Yeah, he's definitely a unique person. I would say you're for sure Celtic. Maybe. Could be. You guys might be onto something. Was Travis Bajent pulling at all? No. Is he still at an elite level? Travis is 6 to 8 weeks away from an elite level at any time. I would not guess that he's at an elite level right now. He didn't look it. Definitely hard to beat him. That's just good arm wrestling for real. Yep. I agree, Justin, wholeheartedly. Okay, what do we got here? These things are coming in quick. Paul Lynn versus Justin Bishop. No, that has to be a WAL match. No, I'd be honored to pull Justin anytime. I got like the utmost respect for the guy. I think he's a class act human type of person that I would like to, associate myself with. So, but no, absolutely. All respect for Justin. Off topic question. How much time do you take off training before competition? Well, I mean, this event, I just jumped in, so I took 0 time off. I trained hard the entire week on the table, and I practiced the week prior. I think depending on how important that match is to you, you need to take 7 days off, maybe 10. But no. Did I talk to Ray Patton? I did get to talk to Ray. I did get to talk to Dave's brother. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the time off thing, that's subjective. A lot of people look at that differently. I don't think there's a right or wrong thing. Do you get paid to wear green? No, that's the apparel line. No, this is also a Lethal Arms event shirt. So that's all I have in my wardrobe is Lethal Arms stuff. You got to be your brand, right? What's up, Box 8 Ball? So anyway, I know I said afterwards, I tell everybody who I staked. I did stake Chance. I was banking on some inside info, talking to him and his size and his training regime and where he's at as a whole. And I was also banking on John looking at this as just a training opportunity where he wants to gauge himself. So yeah, I staked the wrong horse, man. But it is what it is. I wouldn't take it back because all the money that I had riding on that was money that I had won already on Chance in the first staking anyway. So I'm still playing with house money, but it is what it is. I did stake Chance, not last minute, but that was kind of what I was looking at. You win some, you lose some, and John just proved to be the GOAT. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's kind of a sin to bet against John. You are right. You know, I kind of deserve what I get, right? I deserve what I get. What's up, Chance? Chance in the comments. Hey, Chance, we were just kind of recapping the whole thing. So, I mean, listen, I'm sure these comments are going to fire up. If you want to answer them away, go ahead. You got anything for me you want to cover? Something that took place in that match or anything about the event that you want to talk about, just shoot it away, Mr. Shaw. Yeah, it's tricky for sure. Hutchings says he takes like 2 days off before a comp. Yeah. Krasny takes no time off training before a comp. I mean, I think personally, I don't take any time off the gym. I still go to the gym because I feel like that's a place I need to be at to have my mind right. So if I'm pulling on Saturday, I'll still be in the gym on Friday. I'm just not going to do anything crazy. Everything's going to be real light blood flow. Paul, how do I get a hold of you off here? Facebook, Big Ben, Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Make sure you let me know this is where we interacted because I am lost in the sauce a lot of times when it comes to Facebook profiles and who's who. I always have a hard time at events putting everyone together. So if you meet me at the event, let me know how we had an interaction because my brain, I got a relaxed brain, so I can't remember everything. John worked the setup so hard. Chance said, dude, I just want to see my thumb. And John was pretty much like, I'm not giving you that. That's great. Oh, my goodness. Am I injured? No, I'm not injured. I mean, I have the same issues that everyone has. I have a torn labrum in my right arm. And I still got elbow inflammation in the inner elbow, but I don't call that an injury at this juncture. Yeah, not injured. I pulled yesterday at the event, both arms. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not injured. Like when it comes to like anything that affects me in arm wrestling, the labrum in my right really messes with my lifting. So there's no injury that's stopping me from doing anything at this juncture right now. It's just the lack of promotions being out there. I'm sure, we got Jamie Sheldon, we got, Justin listening in. Guys, weigh in on like, what are your thoughts right now? I am struggling to figure out what the next thing is for me to train. That's my own issue. Like I'm training every day hard. I'm pulling with Paul. I'm pulling with the guys around here. But I need that thing to make an 8-week camp around. Okay. Chance, keep your head up, man. You got a lot of time. Face to go. Yeah. I also did not get injured. I feel good so far. Good, Chance. Glad there's no injuries, man. Because you fought hard in that match too, and you didn't lay down at the end, which was good. I thought you made a good decision. The second round, I thought it played out. It played out pretty well, and I liked your fight towards the end. Yeah, did the PRP help? Riley, the PRP is amazing. I am batting 1,000 with PRP. All right. I was not a believer completely. I was skeptical slightly when I first got it. I am a believer now. Travis is such a great introduction. My hair stood up. Even John looked pumped. Yeah, it was, man. The energy was great. I have an elbow strain. How do I fix it? Sprain, strain. That all depends. John's hand looks hydraulic. Yeah, he's a beast, man. 4K viewer comments was wild. I've never seen a stream like that. Yeah, that's all my buddy John Anthony, man. He worked hard all day to keep that stuff going. Okay. What we got? The BPC 157. I can't speak on that. I've heard about that. I do not know. I know there's a lot of pullers that use it who talk about it. I do not know. Do you need to go to Worlds? You need to go in Worlds in Georgia. Are the qualifiers over? Should I speak there? I don't know. I think Chance was intelligent and showed a lot of heart in the match. I agree. High volume, low weight, all the blood flow for sprain usually. Correct. I got to go, guys. I'll be live covering it tomorrow, talking about everything that happened. It was good to see you, Paul. You too, Chance, man. You too, Chance. Let me know next time. We need to link up and do a practice, create some content, and do some stuff, man. I'm sorry we were both super busy. I was reffing and everything else. We didn't get to interact nearly enough. Wish I could have helped a little bit more as far as the corner went. Travis is a hater. All right, what do we got? All right, I'm going to skip a few and get to the bottom here. All right. All right, guys, I'm not going to belabor it too much. I don't know if you have any questions about anything else, but go ahead and shoot them away. I'm going to get off here shortly. I just wanted to kind of cover the match. The tournament. The tournament went really, really well. Like I said, I think it was probably a 250 entry tournament. Pretty stacked classes. There was at least one elite person, I think, in every class at a minimum. So, my arm wrestling opinion, you're the man. You're the man. Did I get the after pull with John? I did not. I didn't. He was up there on the table and, he was getting mobbed. I wasn't going to give him a hard time about it. I've gotten to pull with John before in Arizona. And I don't want to. I pulled a ton with Brad Grundy and a bunch of those guys afterwards. My arms are like shot. I'm literally like bruised to the gills on these things. So I got plenty after pulling in, but I don't want to hassle John, Who's next for me? I don't know. Did you see Travis match John's outfit? That's funny, Daniel Urick. Oh my goodness, Connor, thanks for joining in. You need to rock that Chuck Liddell haircut. I don't got the balls for that. I don't got the swag for that Chuck Liddell. The Iceman is a beast, though. Chuck Liddell is a savage. How was Travis? What do you mean? How was Travis? Travis is the way he always was. You mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about pulling? I know Travis was struggling. I watched Travis doing a little bit after pulling. I didn't grab Travis either. I after pulled predominantly with Brad Grundy. That guy. Hey, listen. Let me let y'all know something real quick. There's two guys that was at that tournament that was very, very impressive to me. Well, there were several that were very impressive, but two that traveled in. Number one, Brad Grundy. At about 245 pounds, Brad Grundy, if you don't know him, he's a red-haired dude. He's now living in Florida. He's been all over the place. I think he's pulled nationally. This guy is a beast, okay? His left arm is super serious. His right arm's good, too. He's versatile. He's only 24 years old. That guy's a monster. He would be like a perfect training partner. This is the guy. This is the type of guy that I'd like to work with on a weekly basis. The other dude is Andre Shark. I can't pronounce his name completely. He has, Shark handles. He's got a YouTube channel. Just look up Andre Shark. He's from Florida also. My second match in the overall, I pulled Andre, and I had pulled Andre for like 4 years and flopped his wrist completely. Left arm, which I don't normally do because I normally go inside, but I had a good strap setup, and I had his wrist completely flopped, and he pressed through my arm. It was to the point where I was like, I'm going to fight a little bit longer, and that kind of messed my left-handed overall up. So, yeah, that guy's a beast. I beat him right arm in the ROTN. Right arm, I think his left's a little bit better than his right. Ryan Bowen is offering free travel and all for anyone who will fly to Australia to pull him. Why not do it? It's football season. Maybe a little bit later. Watching the screens. Fox 8 Ball, you are the man. Hey, Jorge. Bowen versus Shaw, who wins that match? I mean, I really like the match. Chance Shaw versus Ryan Bowen rematch. I love it. I love it. Because see who gained the most. I think they both gained a ton. But I would still favor Chance. Who is Pork Chop? Pork Chop is Curtis Cameron is his name. He's from Canada. He just had a match with Ian Carnegie. I think he just had it. Did that happen this weekend? I did not see any updates on that if it did happen. If not, it's coming up soon. If it didn't happen this weekend. Blue is a little ginger badass. He definitely is. Pork Chop is Curtis Cameron. Have you ever pulled Ryan? Yes, I have pulled Ryan. I pulled Ryan 3 years ago in Arizona for Travis's NAL Nationals. I want to pull Pork Chop. Hey, Mega Mike, that would be a good match. Is that Mega Mike and Pork Chop? That would be very interesting. I'd like to see you pull Ian Carnegie too. I know it's just there. That's the match you got coming up, but that would be pretty cool. Pork Chop won yesterday against Ian. Okay, good. Thank you for the update. Do you have a favorite style, top roll, hook, etc.? Are you a master of all of them? I am not a master of anything. I will do whatever my opponent allows me to do. I am probably stronger as an inside puller, but I'll take the lane that is least defended for sure. So my hand's strong enough to pull outside the strap. I prefer the strap because I think I can control a little bit more. But I don't know. I want to be able to do everything except for King's Move and flat brush pressed. Well, all right. Okay. I suggested Mega Mike versus Pork Chop on Devin's live stream. I think that's a good match for sure. Pork Chop looked good. He was huge. So was the Grippler, but Pork Chop destroyed him. Looked super impressive. Was there anyone attempting to top roll at all in that match? I don't think so, which was probably pretty cool. But if he destroyed him, I would have liked to see it be closer. I need to review and take a look at that. Have you ever pressed in a competition? I have not shoulder rolled. I have flop wrist pressed when I've gone for a top roll and got on the A side and it was just there, but never committed as that being my move. Who can hang with Vitaly other than Levon or maybe Devin? That's it, probably. I mean, I'd like to see a really trained up Hermes versus Vitaly. I think Vitaly's super trained up. I think you're right. I think it's only Levon. And I would like to see Devin for sure. I would like to see Devin. Actually, that's probably the most interesting match as far as the world goes right now for me. Cody Merritt, what's going on? Everyone wants to know what's more impressive, the niceness of the white orc or the fatness of my belly. Stop it, Cody. Cody Merritt, you are the man. You are the man. I don't care what anybody says. The reffing job at your match and Craig, with your match, the reffing with Craig and Dallas was good. I don't care how much hate you get. Vitaly looked great yesterday. Yes, he did. Hermes looked good. All right. Did I ever pull Chris Chandler? No, I have not. That's somebody I'd like to pull. I think just stylistically it'd be good. I'd like to see if I could even do anything with his arm at all. I would love to practice pull with him and just kind of feel some different things out. I feel like he would be a really, really good training partner. All right, we totally need Devin versus some of the Europeans. I agree. The next step for Devin has to be a European, in my opinion. And I know he's gone back and forth and everything. Unless the WAO comes back, we need to see Devin versus Vitaly, or we need to see Devin versus Levon. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully Devin can stay healthy and be able to stay on that pancake diet. Dennis Smith, I'm not going to read that one. I'm not really interested in reffing again, Cody Merritt says. And you know what? Me neither. Me neither. Yet I keep doing it. Yet I keep getting asked to do it. Listen, guys, reffing is a thankless, miserable job. You can never be right. There is always one guy that hates you and one guy that either loves you or is indifferent to you. But you are never, ever, ever going to be right. Not with everybody. So is Wall coming back this year? I really hope so. I doubt it will in 2021. I think we are looking at 2022. If the rumors are true, maybe there's big stuff on the horizon. I don't know. There's always rumors, but there's definitely talk. There's emails flying around. So hopefully there will be a comeback. All right. Chafee will knock Levon off center. He's mad strong. Buddy, I will be praying and hoping with every ounce of my being that Dave Chafee wins that match. That would be mega. I would love to see nothing more. What will people say when LeBron destroys Dave with ease? I don't know. I don't think people will say, Brock, I don't think people are going to say anything. I think that's what everybody expects, that everyone expects to happen. So, I mean, it is what it is. Thoughts on the buckle being difficult for whoever has it on their hand? Thoughts, Craig? That is a fact. And anybody who tells you that there is no difference between the buckle side and the non-buckle side is either, in my mind, delusional or is wanting you to go to that side for them. The bottom line is you don't want the buckle. And the physics of it is you want your webbing high. You want to be up. You want to control height. Even if you're not going to post your wrist, doesn't matter. You still want to control height of the webbing. You want the high ground. When you have the buckle in the back of your hand, that ref, if I'm the ref, I am pulling that strap down onto your hand and pulling your webbing down. Now, there are things you can do to negate that and try and work your way back up. And the ref should reset the webbing. But depending on how tight that buckle gets, you can get pulled under to forever be under. And if you don't combat that pulling, you will wind up being supinated under also and seeing your own palm. So, I mean, can you win with the buckle, especially when you use the fixed strap? Sure, you can absolutely win with the buckle. Do you have to pull differently depending on your style when you have the buckle or when you don't? In my opinion, yes. So there are things that have to happen when you have the buckle in order for you to be able to level everything out. That might not be a popular opinion. That's my belief. I know. Yeah. The stud Baker. Yeah. Todd Hutchings will definitely say that. Todd Hutchings also just goes, like, he has the ability to do this and just say, you know what? I don't have my hand completely. I have so much side pressure. I can do that. Guess what, guys? We are all not Todd Hutchings. We all don't have tie rods in our elbow that do not tear and do not break. So for the rest of us, the other 99% of humanity, the buckle makes a difference. So it's a real thing. I'm betting on Dave. I hope so, man, Neil. I'm with you. I'll bet on him too. Yeah. Yeah. And you're right, Riley. It definitely matters more depending on your style for sure. Who is your favorite football team? Man, I don't know, man. I coach high school football and I get so spent with it. I'm an Eagles fan by birth and by family and stuff. You live in Pennsylvania. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to be a Penn State fan. I follow things loosely, but I spend so much time on coaching high school football that I can't even keep up. You know what I mean? Dave will not win. Yeah, I know. He's definitely not the favorite. Strap for me means my opponent can choose to fight or lose. That's great. Yeah, Todd Hutchings must have Oleg-sized elbow tendons. Todd has weird elbow tendons, man. He tells me he doesn't feel pain, which in some of the angles he pulls, unbelievable. Yeah, the team I coach is 100% my favorite team. Central Dauphin High School is my favorite football team. It is the only football team. The amount of time that we spend in preparation for those games, when Sunday or Saturday rolls around, the last thing I want to do is watch a gridiron game. I'll catch the highlights. What position in football did you play? I played middle linebacker. Hasn't been a fix for a while. It's been 1 week. We should have had one today. We took 1 week off. Neil was doing the Giants live strongman stuff and everything. So he took this week off. Also, this would have been the only week that we skipped, I think, in forever. But yeah, he'll be back. We'll be back next week. People said Dave couldn't beat Dennis. That's very true, and he definitely did. Bob Brown can easily make a 48-hour long strap about or a video about the strap. You're right. I think we all could. Bob is the man. Dude is a wealth of knowledge. I love that guy. You spend so much time on football and arm wrestling. Your wife must be an effing keeper. Must be nice. Listen, I love my wife, man. She's a ride or die. She's a ride or die for sure. But it ain't all sunshine and rainbows either, buddy. There's prices to be paid for all the time I stay away. I'm not gonna say that one. That's probably right, though. That is probably right, Justin. As fun as it was to see them pull, I'd prefer to see them practicing together. I agree, Connor. I agree. Yeah, practice. Yep. All right. Yeah, can we have some appreciation for John the GOAT at 57? Yeah, he's unbelievable, man. He don't look 57 though. He's got some grades, but he is young looking, man. Oh, that is what was being hyped. John and I talked about the Corey West match. He is not committed to that, I don't think. I know Corey has Hutchings next. Other than that, we'll see. Have I ever pulled RBJ? No, just a little bit in practice. Are you in jail? Yes, that's what I'm going for. Last time I had the little blue lights down here, everybody was like, oh, or the green lights are giving me shit. I look like I'm sick and everything else. So now we're going with the jail setting, prison stuff. It's great. All right, guys. Any last questions? I'm gonna shut her down here real quick. Any last questions? Fire away. We'll give her 10 more seconds. I've taken too much of your time. 23-year-old John Brzenk beats 50-year-old John Brzenk. I don't know about 23. I don't know about 23. I don't know how savvy John was. You'd have to ask John that. I think the general population would say the younger John would beat this John for sure. Don't know about 23. Don't know how good he was at that point. I think he's super savvy now. I don't know how much that improved over that time, though. Dave Chafee's background. He's from Erie, Pennsylvania. He's a prison guard. He, I think, started pulling just brute strong, like farm boy strength. I think he was a 198 puller and worked his way all the way up. But he's an absolute beast, strongest guy in Pennsylvania for sure. All right. Could John reach the top again? I don't think there's anything stopping the guy. There's another comment that probably highlighted how he could. That's all for me, guys. God bless, Riley. God bless. Thank you so much, Dennis. You are the man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. Levon, Vovoda versus Levon, both top form. Oh, my goodness. Vovoda. I don't know. I'm biased. I just don't think Levon's really been tested that much yet. What are you ranked in your weight class in North America? I think second. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a long time. I don't know how, like, there's not been enough happening of these top guys meeting each other for those rankings to really change. So, all right, fellas. Top 2 pressing exercises for a press on the table. Ask Jerry Cataract. He'll probably say bench press, number 1, and bench press, number 2. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out now. You guys have a blessed Sunday. If any of you guys have any ideas on videos or anything you want to talk about or whatever, if you want me to do some of these more lives, some more of these lives or anything like that, go ahead, shoot me a DM, give me some ideas. I'll try and do these things every couple days. All right, fellas, take it easy.